Welcome, everybody. Lovely to see you again, whoever's online, and I'm sure others will join. We've had some last-minute apologies. Unfortunately, the load shedding has got the better of us in some places. But welcome to those that are here. We're focusing this Community Connect event on the senior citizens this time. And it's what's the closest to my heart. So I'm delighted that we have a wonderful speaker, Mercy, who's come to join us. And thank you, Mercy, for being here. As usual, we're going to I'm going to pass on to Helen Lieberman to welcome you again and thank you. And Ishreen will have some words about the impact that your donations have had in the organization over the last year. And Lulama, as head of the Senior Citizens Program, will also say a few words. So thank you, everybody. And Barbara Stemmert, as head of all the programs, is also here to say a few words. So thank you, everyone, for being here today. And yeah, thank you for your kindness and your generosity, which has, you know, been the power behind this Senior Citizens Program, and your individual giving, which is really, you know, 40,000 to 50,000 rand a month, undesignated money that we are able to spend on the seniors and our other programs, which is invaluable to us. So thank you all, and I hope you enjoy this session. Over to you, Helen.
Well, all I have to do is just thank everyone, because I'm a senior citizen too, and I benefit by watching and seeing the happiness and the well-being of our seniors, who are really, really, they're the founders, and they are the magic of Ikamva, the real magic. And if I may say, speaking to Mercy, you'll see. So thank you for that.
Okay, there's someone joining.
Barbara, we're going to hand over to you to...
Okay, thank you very much, Moya. Good afternoon, everybody. So the reason why we're focusing on the seniors department today, it is because the month of October has been dedicated to the seniors. It's an opportunity, what has been for the past couple of years, opportunity in our country to acknowledge the seniors, and also for other partners to join in with us in rendering additional services to seniors, but more importantly, to give voice to the challenges that seniors do experience. So a couple of years ago, the United Nations actually declared the 1st of October, the Day of the Older Person. But South Africa took it a step further and declared the first week of October to be the National Older Persons Week. But at Ikamva Labantu, we've declared the entire month of October, the month for seniors. So I have the privilege to introduce Mercy Jozana, who's been my colleague for many years. Mercy is an amazing woman with lots of passion. Don't mess with her seniors. She'll stand up for them. She's represented them on many platforms, and she's very well respected amongst her peers within the organization and beyond the organization. Lulama has to manage 47 staff in her department, reminding them that the seniors are pivotal to all the services that they deliver. Lulama, it is my pleasure to hand over to you.
Good afternoon to all our guests in this webinar. It is my pleasure really to work with seniors, and also to introduce Mama Mercy here, who's also part of my program. In terms of just to give a bit of background in terms of what we do at Ikamva Labantu in the seniors program. We prior to COVID-19, we had two models in terms of caring for our seniors. We had a club-based model where seniors would be transported from home to the club and back home again. And then the club, there would be a club assistant there whose main role is to see to the daily program of what is happening within the club. For an example, the senior, she would be responsible to make sure that there are 2 meals cooked at the club, seniors who are suffering from chronic conditions like diabetes would be given their medication under her supervision, and there would be monthly screenings to pick up those who might get new conditions, and they would be referred to the local health facilities for proper diagnosis and management. And then other activities that happen with the club are income generation, where seniors are doing traditional craft, and they do also other income generation with a partner we had called Relate Trust, and now Ikamva designed to the social aspect for our income generation within the organization. And then also the other part, which is critical in our communities, is the psychosocial element, where we have social workers who are employed by Ikamva Labantu to look at the conditions that the seniors are facing, because we all have heard that seniors are facing a lot of abuse at home. They are isolated, they are lonely, and they are neglected within the homes. So when they come into the club, they meet with their peers and they chat to each other, and then you just they feel light. As you come into a club, you will see just by looking, if you have a keen eye, who is an old senior by being bubbly and engaging, but you will notice a new one who's much more reserved and quite quiet. Then you understand that, okay, this is a newbie. She just needs to be welcomed and feel to be part of the Ikamva family, which the seniors do very well at the clubs. And then the heart of the club is the singing that happens when you come. So you're almost welcome when you come into the club. So we open up that invitation once you come back to the club next year for people to pay us a visit. And then the second model that we have as Ikamva Labantu, we had now to follow up our seniors, because you find that in some clubs the numbers would be coming down. And then when we followed up seniors, we find that sure, their health has declined, they have become frail. And then we found that also their health conditions in terms of being cared, the caring capacity of our seniors within the home was quite shocking. You know, where we would find that a senior who is in the home is being abused by their own families, and seniors' homes are sold right under them by their own children. She cannot even locate the documentation that she needs. And above all, what was more critical as well is their health condition, where they discharge themselves from going to the health facility, not because they don't want to, but because now they have mobility issues. They cannot take the local taxi because they cannot get there, you know? So they end up now sitting. So all these things, they affect the quality of life of the senior. So you come to come back to the drawing board and just look, how do we really help seniors in this critical condition where their life was just going down in leaps and bounds, you know? So we came up with this program called Ummelwane program, where now we have community-based workers who would go door to door into the homes in search of seniors who are in this condition that I've just explained. Our main function there is to take those seniors from A to Z, screen them, refer them. We have a nurse as well, which we have employed for that very reason, because we're experiencing challenges also in terms of referral. So what we are finding in terms of new discoveries is that when a nurse refers to another nurse, it's much quicker. It smooths down the barriers as well. So and then the other thing that seniors now are referring to say, if I have to go to a health facility, is a day of pain, you know. Because when I wake up from my bed, I'm put in a wheelchair, out of that wheelchair, into the taxi, out of the taxi, on the wheelchair, back into the health facility. Then I must take out all my clothes for the doctor to examine all that, and back again. So now we have to come again to Ikamva and say, hey, this is a need in the community. Our seniors are really struggling. So Ikamva Labantu again would speak to people like you as funders and say, we have this problem. So transport for taking our frail seniors to the health facility, to all the other interventions that we take them to, needs a special type of transport where the wheelchair would just be going in as a full wheelchair, you know. So that has been looked into as well. So that's what we do at Ikamva Labantu in terms of caring for our seniors. So now COVID-19 hit. So what now? So now when COVID-19 hit, we had now to really look and be agile in terms of management and our executive management within Ikamva Labantu, which is really have their ear to their ground. We as employees of Ikamva Labantu, when we bring our issues to them as decision makers within the organization, they really spring up. They don't think twice. They really are a pleasure to work with. So then we had now that the club-based seniors had to be looked after at home, with our team going out into the homes as well. So now we took the daily program that would happen at club level to the homes by our teams. Seniors were purchased radios. Mama Mercy will speak to that. Seniors were purchased radios by the organization. We had a program as well in terms of highlights where seniors were making squares, blankets with squares. We call it hip to be square, you know. And then this now, which is what is amazing when we're working with seniors, people who don't have much, but they have these big hearts where they share with others. Then they came up with this idea, these blankets, Lulu, we don't want them for ourselves. We want to give to other seniors. So during this month of October, where it was International Month of Seniors, they gave this, they identified an old age home in Guguletu, where all these blankets that were knit by our own seniors, they handed it over. So seniors giving over to other seniors, which is quite a feat and a heartwarming event that our seniors did during this month of October. And then also we had an intergenerational program where our seniors tell stories, and then the stories were given over to the Afternoon Angels, which is another program within Ikamva Labantu. That program teaches children to be children, let children play. We all know our environment in South Africa in terms of violence and trauma that our children goes through. So now with these stories, there's an exchange of insight and lessons in terms of how we as seniors see children, and also children get to understand and learn to respect and create awareness about the need of seniors. So that's what we've been doing this month and this year, and how we've just adapted to COVID-19. And then also as well assisting seniors to get vaccinated with the vaccine when it came out. So now I think I'm gonna now introduce Mama Mercy Jozana. She attends Masincediso Senior Club, which is based here in Khayelitsha. Hi, Mama Mercy.
Hi. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Yeah. So, Mama Mercy, we just want to ask you a few questions in terms of how did you really experience COVID-19, staying at home when you are used to coming to the club? How did you experience that?
Most thing was scary because we didn't even know what COVID-19 was, but we just saw people were dying. It was scary. And more other thing, we were lonely at home, locked behind bars. You can't go anywhere. And we miss each other because we are used to that support and to see each other every day. We miss all that. So that's how I explain about COVID-19 to us.
Wow, my dear. What was your biggest struggle? If you can share that with us during this time, and how did you cope with it?
The biggest struggle, it was when some of us passed on. We just had people will phone us, so-and-so passed on. We can't even go there because we used to support each other. If some of us passed on, we used to go to that family and support those people and the children, but we couldn't go there. We are locked behind doors. That was very scary to me. And it was another experience, things that we are never experienced to miss each other just like that. We are people that we support each other. We are a big, warm family. And Ikamva Labantu built us to be more close to each other and support each other. So we missed that.
found that it was difficult to have closure once one of your partners also died or the seniors died. Okay, is there anything good that you can say came out of COVID?
Yes, I would say, because although we were indoors, but Ikamva Labantu supported us with everything, supported us with food, send the club assistants to our places to check on us. And then we complained that we are locked behind doors, we can't exercise. The exercise time is limited because it's just to go to as far as your gate. So they went an extra mile, send the club assistants to the radio. And then twice a week, we will sit in front of the radio and then they will exercise with us. They were on the radio and we are at home and they will exercise us. So that was a lot to us.
Yeah. So, Mama Mercy, how do you feel now? I'm sure you've seen when we have meetings at the club with the Ilizwi Labadala. So you've seen the changes that have happened at the club. So how do you feel about going back to almost new club?
I want to be in the club because I saw a lot of changes in the club. The house is new. That's something amazing. Our kitchen, it's new. The cupboards, the bathroom. Hey, I didn't want to tell that to the younger people because there were times, especially when you cough, and then you see that the paint is wet. So now we've got a place to change yourself and make yourself fresh and feel at home again. Things that we didn't have before, but now, hey, we want to see that. Come 2022, we'll go and shower in that shower.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
Yeah. Wow. I'm so happy, Mama Mercy, to see really how you are excited about this because normally we have meetings with the drivers. We had before that the seniors are picked up at home by we have outsourced this function to the local taxis. They pick up seniors from home and back to the club. So I hold meetings with them once a quarter to hear their side in terms of how they experience this. So they've raised this need as well, that in some homes, really, a senior would be made to feel undignified by coming into the taxi, not smelling nice. So I brought that to our management meeting as well. So they went off fundraising to people like that, like people that we are talking to today, to get the funds to have the clubs renovated. So I'm looking forward to my meeting with them as well in terms of giving feedback that now you only have a mama in the morning and in the afternoon in the taxi smelling the same way or feeling that same way. So really it's because of people like you that we really enable us to really build this country of ours. Thank you. Let's say thank you.
Thank you.
We're totally excited for your help and really we do appreciate it. You make our life easier to come. And thank you for remembering us monthly, really. We are so touched by what you do.
Absolutely. You may think it's a small amount, but it goes such a long way. And I mean, this is the thing that drives me to tears, just seeing Mama Mercy so happy. I mean, you can steal my car, blow down my house, I'll get up, I won't cry. I'll just, okay, I have to rebuild my house. But this, I can just cry, happy tears all the time to know that our seniors are going to come and be dignified and comfortable and just feel so at home, you know, a place where they can be really, really cared for and really look after one another. Little bit goes a long way. We really can't thank you enough and emphasize enough how much that means to all of us here and our seniors and also our staff. I mean, about sort of 80 to 90% of our staff live in the communities where they work, and to see their mothers, their aunts, their elder sisters have access to dignified services means the world to them. You know, it makes such a difference when the work that you do changes the lives of the people that you care for the most. your mother, your aunt, your sister, the woman next door. It is just so, it builds everyone. It doesn't just build us. And we often say we are the beneficiaries of the blessings of being able to work with our participants, our amazing seniors and our other people. And then for us as staff who live in those communities to see how things change is, we cannot find the words to thank you for that. Really, we can't. It's not an exaggeration. It just builds communities one person at a time, one decent building at a time, one bathroom at a time. It builds and builds and builds.
Can I add to that? I think one of the most important things is that although Ikamva Labantu boasts about the senior clubs, the real ownership is the seniors themselves. So every club has its own club committee, has its own office bearers, and they run their clubs. They have the assistance of a club assistant, but they are the office bearers of their own club. So you've got your secretary, you've got your chairperson, you've got those that decide they want to be the cooks and decide on the menu or what they'd like to eat. And it's not bringing old people in and telling them that we will care for them. It's about them caring for each other and themselves. And that gives such a sense of pride and such a difference to how we run our clubs. And then they have a coordinating committee that that each club votes for, who are the government of all the senior clubs. And if there's a dispute or if there's a serious consideration, it goes to the board of governors of the senior club. And we don't have say on that. We just participate and assist as best we can. I think, Mercy, you know that. How do you feel about the fact that the ownership is yours, the direction is yours, and actually that Lulama works for you? How do you feel about that?
Oh, yes, it's part of the executive of Ilizwi.
I'm humbled. I can't explain myself. One other thing is that what I think about Ikamva Labantu is to open up for us to speak and to include us. Each and everything that they do, they include, they don't leave us behind. And we are not in the dark corner. We know each and every, if you don't understand, they hold you so that you can know what's going on in Ikamva Labantu. What are they doing? What we're supposed to do? That's one thing I think about Ikamva Labantu, is to put us in the light. What is going on? Where must we go? If you are suffering of something, if you want something, go to these channels. I thank them that they open the channels for us.
We thank you for what you bring to us. I think you're the heart and soul. You really are. I mean, the seniors just give us that flavor and that feeling of legitimacy and knowing that. And you know, the other thing is that you openly tell us when we need to change or we need to do things better. And that's a wonderful feeling for us, to know that you have that freedom. You feel the freedom, and then you use that freedom to come and give us the messages that we should hear. So it's a wonderful process and a wonderful participation, a dual participation of appreciation. So thank you everyone for supporting us to be able to do this, because it's really what Ikamva is about in each and every area that we work. And we couldn't do it without having that security of knowing there is support for us to be able to do this. So thank you again. I can't hear you, Lulama.
Okay.
Saying, as one who's leading the seniors, I've had a lot of lessons from Ilizwi Labadala. like the word meaning the voice of the seniors. If we put our plans to them and discuss with them, they will come up with a solution that I have never even thought of, you know. And it's quite amazing the insight that they have in terms of the different communities that they sit in. This might work in that community, but in this community it's not going to work because of A, B, C, D. And they will give you also the approach. So really, we really appreciate, Mama Mercy, the collaboration that we have when we're working together, and just your openness as well to discussions. Thank you.
Lulama, also just to add that you're consulting with Elizabeth Labadala in writing up the club reopening policy. That is not about Ikamva Labantu telling the club members. It's about the leadership, Mama Mercy, you and your team for your amazing leadership. Thank you. Guiding other seniors, what's going to be best for everybody. So we really look forward to seeing that policy as well.
Could I ask something? For those who are part of this discussion, have you any questions? Would you like to ask us anything that, any question that relates to seniors or to Ikamva?
No?
Helen, let Ishreen carry on, and then people can have a chance to think about some questions, and then maybe come back to that after Ishreen's given us a...
Yes, I think the last thing I want to do is share share our infographic, and this is just the amazing amount of work we've been able to achieve during the past year. I'm not going to read all of it, but we've been able to provide meals and lunches. We had 164 community kitchens. And that's a staggering amount, 1.6 million meals to people in the community, 272,000 meals for emergency relief and families in distress. It's just incredible what we've been able to achieve with the communities and with the support of amazing people like yourselves. I'm going to leave that up just for a little bit so you can look at it. Okay, and then maybe we can go to questions, Moya.
Yeah, I think we just want to see who's still on here.
I think Helen Drabby wanted to say.
Oh, Helen, would you like you've got your hand up. Would you like to ask a question, Helen? Or make a comment?
No, it's more a question. Do you have any sort of sense? I mean, I know the plan is to open the centres again come January, God willing. Do you have a sort of feel for what numbers would be then? Because I mean, sadly, as Mercy has shared, you've lost some members due to COVID. And then what would the plan be to recruit new members? I don't know if my question's making sense.
Dama, do you want to answer that one? Or Barbara? Or...
So the plan is, hi Helen, the plan is to reopen the clubs come 1st of February. And the reason why we rather thought February versus mid-Jan was this anticipated fourth wave. We're not sure how long when it comes, how long it will last. And then Lulama is working very closely with Elise Labadala on developing a return policy to the clubs. So we're anticipating, Lulama, correct me if I've missed something, but we're anticipating that the seniors will return on a rotational basis. So because some of the spaces of the clubs will not be able to allow social distancing if all the seniors return every day. And at the same time, we'll also be on the transport to maintain social distancing. So we're possibly looking at 50% of the club coming per day. Lulama, did I leave anything else out?
Yes, definitely, Babs. You've captured it nicely. Yeah.
And will you have a policy on vaccine that you have to be vaccinated if you want to come?
Yeah.
So that's where Ikamva Labantu is going to play a key role. So Lulama is working closely with them to develop that. Once again, Ikamva doesn't want to enforce rules and regulations. We will guide and support the development of the policy, but we would love the leadership of the seniors to actually input into the content. So Lulama has had quite good statistics showing that seniors have actually gone for vaccinations. We were a little bit concerned because in the sense that Lulama's used a consent form as a guideline, but as Lulama shared with us, seniors are very outspoken. They will tell us flat out, I'm not getting the vaccination. So we don't believe that our percentages that we have is far off the mark because seniors are quite forthright. So we had over 70, was it 5%? Have I ever got it right, Lulama? Of seniors that are linked to our clubs that actually have been vaccinated. And we're trusting and hoping that the balance would consider vaccination as well. But let's see what Ikamva Labantu also states in the policy about who should and can return.
Okay. And Mama Mercy just raised her hand as well.
Oh, sorry.
In the question that how are we going to get the other club members to come and join us because we've lost a lot of members. Members are there already. They were so interested in the support that we get from our club. They didn't see why we come into the club, but now they saw why we go to the club every day. They are more than us. We are 20, maybe they are 40 who wants to come to our club because they saw what is Ikamva Labantu doing now to the people. We've got more members. Now we have to, I think we are going to make 3 groups. So don't scare, don't be so afraid about members. We've got a lot of members coming in next year.
Yeah. Thank you, my best.
They might have an extra one. They might have an extra one. I feel so heavy on lockdown.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't do it anymore. Mercy, can I come? Can I come, Mercy? Can I join your club?
I think so, Helen, but I don't know which club because you've got a lot of clubs.
Oh, God.
You will decide, maybe you want to go to Danone or Guguletu.
I don't mind anywhere. I just want to be part of a club.
She can rotate. She can go 1 week to the one, and there's so many clubs to get through.
Imagine the trouble I'll make when I go from club to club, telling them stories about the last club that was better than this club. You've got to hold me.
Don't forget that we've got rules and regulations in the club.
You'll stay at home for 3 months if you misbehave.
Come in time and leave. You don't just go when you ever want to go and start your car and go home now, 3 o'clock.
Oh, God.
Helen, you are warned.
Okay.
Oh.
I wanted to mention that, you know, we're the second year running that we haven't had the cultural day. That's what I'm missing, is all of the seniors in their cultural uniforms. And
My Lord, very precious.
In the wardrobe. I used to be the majorates.
She is the queen of the majorettes, yeah.
So what are we doing?
When she's wearing her mini skirt, you can see the eyes on the road. No one can miss that. How is this a senior? Yeah.
Lulama, what are we doing this year in the place of that?
I don't know.
We're doing care packs.
So this year we're making those Christmas packs because some of the seniors don't get any presents because you'll find that some of them will say, I don't even get a birthday gift from my family and stuff like that. So this year, Ikamva Labantu is embarking on that, making sure that each senior receives a present during this time. Yeah, they're very sad about Cultural Day. Yeah, but what can we do? It's the time. Yeah.
Next year, let's hope next
You know what
year.
I
Next
also
year.
miss? You know what I also miss, which is absolutely wonderful, and we haven't publicized it enough, is the choir competitions in between each club,
Yeah.
where they demonstrate, they practice for weeks, and then they combine with other clubs and they come in as a team,
Yeah,
and then there's voting, and eventually they vote in who's the
Uniforms.
and in their uniforms, and also when they used to go to sports day. And I don't want to say this publicly, but I will. And then when you do the egg and spoon race, how they cheat, and the other cheating that goes on with the races, and oh, the fun.
Yeah, it's fun, you know.
You know, that's what I've missed this year and last year, is that absolute fun, the laughter, and the stealing of the boyfriends, the old toppies, and the ladies that have got an old toppy, and you're not allowed to sit in that chair because that boyfriend's mine. No boyfriends this time.
Yeah,
So
never a
miss
dull
all that.
moment. Yeah.
I miss it.
It's fun.
It's such a flavor. It's so meaningful. It really, really is sad. That's the sadness of the COVID, is how the family has had to be isolated. That we've had an isolated family. We still are family, but we're not together with that intense sharing and participation and gossip and nonsense. Oh, the gossip's the best.
And disciplining each other.
Yeah, that's well, hopefully we'll have it next year again, and we'll share all the stories.
I will.
Can't wait to open. Yeah, there's a January. We want to open now.
You have to open with a party, Lulama.
They want to open.
Celebration.
Yeah.
I want to thank you all for being here today, and thank you, Lulama. Thank you, Mercy, so much for spending your time with us. Really appreciate it. We've got some exciting things coming up. We're doing lots of videoing, and Mercy's one of the stars. We're going to do a virtual tour, so watch this space. You can click on one of those, Julia, what are they called? Those things with a QR code, and you can go for a virtual tour with a senior, which will be lovely. So that's coming up, and we've got a new website where you can go and look at. Our annual reports come out for the year, which has got a little piece on the senior citizens. And thank you very much. I don't know, Ishreen, if you want to say some last words.
Thank you, Helen Draby, so much for your support and your care of our seniors. It means the world to us. You've been such an amazing partner all this time.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You always just need a day with Helen and you'll be convinced of whatever. And fun.
Thank you, Helen.
Sorry, but I can't help it because I'm a senior myself.
I'm not far behind, Helen.
Aren't you? Okay.
I'm not too far behind you, and Mercy, I'm going to come see with you.
Start looking at which club you want to belong to.
Yeah. Sure.
Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. We've recorded this session for those that couldn't make it. We got quite a few apologies at the last minute because of load shedding. And so we'll pass it on to those that didn't make it. But thank you for being here, Helen, and others. And we'll see you every quarter. We've got the same Community Connect if you want to join us each quarter with a different flavor and a different theme. And all that's left to say is just thank you so much for your support, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Moya. Bye-bye.